I never thought I would see her again. After months of lies, betrayal, and heartbreak, she came back to my life like nothing had happened, smiling as if our past didn't exist. I had spent weeks trying to piece myself together, working long hours, avoiding reminders of her, and slowly rebuilding the confidence she had shattered. I thought I had finally closed the chapter. I was wrong. It started with a knock on the door. I wasn't expecting anyone. When I opened it, there she was, my wife, standing there, looking perfectly composed, like a picture from a life I once knew. She had her hair perfectly done, her clothes immaculate, and that familiar smile that had once made my heart race. But this time, it didn't. This time, all I felt was cold anger. "Hey," she said lightly, as if a few months of betrayal were just a minor inconvenience. "Can we talk?" I studied her face carefully, the woman who had once promised to love me through everything. I remembered the nights I stayed up worried while she went out, the excuses, the strange calls she would take in another room. I remembered the day I found out she had been lying, hiding things, pretending to be someone she wasn't. And I remembered the emptiness I felt when she walked out, leaving me to pick up the pieces of our life alone. "Talk," I repeated, my voice steady, controlled. "About what?" She tilted her head, trying to appear casual. "About us. About everything. I made mistakes, and I want to fix things." Her words made my chest tighten. I wanted to scream, to let all the frustration, hurt, and betrayal pour out. But I didn't. Not yet. I looked at her carefully, saw the same woman I had loved, the same woman I had trusted, the same woman who had hurt me beyond repair. And then I said the words I had been holding in my heart for months. "Get out." She blinked, clearly shocked. "What?" "Get out," I repeated, louder this time. "You left me. You lied. You destroyed everything we had. And now you expect me to welcome you back with open arms? Not happening. Not ever." Her smile faltered. I could see the disbelief in her eyes, the realization that I had changed, that the man she once knew was no longer there, that the forgiveness she expected so casually wasn't mine to give. She tried to step forward to reach out. "Please, just let me explain." I shook my head. "No. I'm done listening. I'm done trusting. You had your chance, and you blew it. You walked out when things got hard. You betrayed me, and now you want to come back like nothing happened. That's not my life anymore. You're not welcome here." She took a step back, stunned, searching my face for any sign of softness, any hint that I would change my mind. But there was nothing. Only resolve, only clarity, only the quiet strength of someone who had survived heartbreak and learned that some doors, once closed, stay closed forever. "You don't understand," she whispered, almost pleading. "I've changed. I'm sorry for everything." I didn't reply. I watched her leave, the click of the door echoing like a final punctuation mark in the story of our marriage. I stayed in the living room, feeling the weight lift from my shoulders. The anger remained, yes, but it was mixed with relief. Relief that I had finally drawn the line, relief that I was reclaiming my life, relief that I no longer had to pretend that her presence didn't hurt. Over the next few weeks, I focused entirely on myself. I spent time with friends who had stood by me, poured energy into work and hobbies I had neglected, and learned to love my own company. Every time I thought of her, I reminded myself why I had said, "Get out." And slowly, the wounds she left began to heal. When people ask me about revenge, they expect fireworks, drama, or vindictive acts. But my revenge was simple. I refused to let her hurt me again. I refused to welcome her back. I refused to let her control my life or my emotions. The silence that followed her departure, the peace that settled in my home, was more satisfying than any confrontation could have been. Life goes on, and now, whenever I think of her, I remember the moment she walked back into my life and the moment I looked her in the eyes and said the words that changed everything, "Get out." It wasn't just a command. It was liberation. It was justice. And it was the only way I could truly heal.